I recently gave an Uber pet ride, and here's a look at my backseat afterward. I was really pissed. Okay, so for those of you that aren't familiar with Uber Pet, riders now have an Uber Pet option in the passenger app. And for a small service fee, riders can select Uber Pet and officially bring their pet on a ride. And the option is currently available in 15 cities. So a cool new option for riders, but what about drivers? If a driver is prepared, it is a good way to earn more than just a basic UberX ride. I have personally given 2 Uber Pet rides myself, and each time I received an extra $3.20 fee for each of those rides. But if you aren't prepared like I wasn't for my last Uber Pet ride, it can be a terrible experience. So I never received an official communication from Uber about Uber Pet. They may have sent me a text message, but I probably forgot. They should have sent me an email. They never sent me an email about it. Either way, Uber should have sent out multiple communications to drivers to let them know what to expect with this new Uber Pet option. I first officially remember learning of Uber Pet a few weeks ago when I was just playing with the driver app. I was looking at my driver preferences and saw Uber Pet was toggled on. I really didn't give it much thought though, and I figured I would just leave it. So then within that week, I actually gave my first Uber Pet ride. And it was a great experience. It was 2 riders, they brought their cat, the cat was in a carrier, they just sat in the back, they paid the extra $3.20 fee, and it was just like a basic UberX ride. So after that ride, I saw that it was an Uber Pet ride, so I decided to investigate it a little bit further. Uber's website does have a little FAQ on Uber Pet, and at the bottom under tips for bringing pets on Uber trips, it does state, help keep vehicles clean for your drivers and all riders by bringing a blanket or towel to cover the seat and reduce the risk of damage or mess. Alright, so after reading this, I assumed that riders were aware. They knew of this, they knew that Uber Pet drivers were also giving UberX rides, and they should bring a blanket to cover their pet if their pet's gonna shed or something like that. I should have looked at the app as well. When a rider requests an Uber Pet ride, it does not give any additional information, just says affordable rides for you and your pet. And then if they select info, it shows an estimated surcharge of $4, which is that extra fee. So again, for all riders know, they could figure that these Uber Pet rides are specific vehicles for pets. They have no clue that Uber Pet drivers are also UberX drivers that are giving passengers rides as well. They're given no information that they should bring a blanket or anything like that. The only way they can get additional info is if they go to Uber's website. So I learned the hard way on my second Uber Pet experience. That ride, I had a rider, he brought his 2 Huskies. So brought the Huskies with. In hindsight, I should have had them sit on my mats on the floor. He let one of them sit on the seat. I made the dumbass assumption that possibly they didn't shed, or he was aware that he needed to clean up after them. But since Uber does nothing to educate passengers about Uber Pet rides, that passenger probably assumed again that I was just giving rides to pets and not passengers as well. In the moment, I was so pissed at that passenger for getting my vehicle so messy with his dog's hair, but the anger should have been directed towards Uber for not educating passengers on what Uber Pet is. Again, when the ride was finished, this is what my back seat looked like. I was really pissed off. I do carry a lint roller, but that didn't clean it well enough, so I had to go to a gas station and vacuum it. But in hindsight, I should have been pissed at Uber and not the passenger, but learn from my mistake. If you are going to opt into these Uber Pet rides, yes, you can make that additional fee, but pack something, pack a blanket or something, just in case the passenger isn't aware. You can lay that blanket down on your seats and give those rides without the pet leaving a mess in your vehicle. And not only should you have that blanket for Uber Pet rides, but you should have it for service animals as well. And service animals, we have no choice. We have to give passengers with service animals rides. But if there are some of you that actually want to just opt out of Uber Pet rides, just open up the driver app, and on the bottom right, you'll select that icon. Then on the bottom right, again, you'll select that toggle icon. And here's where you can see your driving preferences. If you want to opt out of Uber Pet, just select that. You're opted out, select save. And if you want to opt back in, just select that toggle in the bottom right again. And select Uber Pet, select save, and you're back in. But these rides really aren't that much work though for that extra fee. So I personally am going to stay opted in. I'm just going to bring a blanket now. Overall, Uber should have done a better job of educating both riders and drivers about Uber Pet instead of just rolling out with no additional information. But what about you guys? Have you given any Uber Pet rides, and how has your experience been? Is it worth that extra fee? Leave a comment below and let us know. Thanks again for watching. Please like, comment, or subscribe, and drive safe. Thanks.